Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Heavy Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles, off-season news, and we discuss the superb owl. This and much more, live with Aaron and John. That's what I'm calling it now, the superb owl, when we're not in it. Because
I was wondering about the spelling on there. I was like, you left a space in there, dude.
because it's only super if we're in it, dude.
It's only super if the Redskins are in it.
Looks like it's going to be 34 years since the last time it was super.
Dude, this has been a great season for us, though. Excellent. Even though we got... Oh, yeah. Welcome to episode 629 and all that stuff. Harry Hog Football. Come join our Discord at tinyurl.com/HarryHF. That's HARRYHF. Redskins football team, Commanders. Dude, I can't believe we're going to keep the name Commanders.
Dude, we're not the Commanders anymore. We cut all these dudes. Well, we did get Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Chinny Chin Chin.
We did, yeah, but we got like good people now. We don't have Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, by the way, is going to Cal. University of California at Berkeley. The Cal Bears.
Is that his alma mater?
Is that his alma mater? Yes, it is.
What's he going to do there? Coach?
I don't know if he's going to coach. It sounds like he's going to have more of a front office job as all these colleges are moving towards the pro model of workings now that, athletes can all get paid in college.
Well, that doesn't make sense, dude, because Ron Rivera always believed in a coach-centric approach. So if he's not the coach, what is he going to do?
Okay.
Guys. Growth and development.
Guys.
We're working on growth and development of our young men, like Jamin Davis. Emmanuel Forbes. Chase Young.
Josh. Dotson, Jahan Dotson. Either one of them.
Dude, do you just keep those scissors 24/7 by your desk, or you to go get them specifically for the podcast?
They are now residing by my desk.
Hey, Texas Corpsman 100's in there. Let us know if you can't hear us or something, because as always, we had audio issues going right into the podcast.
Well, apparently we had audio issues during the NFC Championship game because we got boat raced, yo.
Oh yeah, we did.
But man,
dude, we already knew we can't stop the run. We cannot stop the run, and we need to do something about it first and foremost. Our offense, I didn't see the average. I'm sure someone knows the average points that we put up a year, but whatever that average points was,
dude, we drove all the way down the field and kicked a field goal to get points on the board in the NFC Championship game. Eagles got the ball. Saquon, take this. And he just rumbled through everybody and got his touchdown on his first play. You knew from that point forward, we were just like, oh, man.
Yeah, I was afraid that would happen, but I was also hoping that maybe we stepped it up a little bit because, I don't know if people stopped using the run against us, but it seemed like in the second half of the last 3 to 4 games, we stepped it up against the run in the second half.
The big answer to that is that Deron Payne was getting moved more to the outside of the line, to defensive end to help stop the run. And Daron Payne obviously was out of this game.
Yeah, that was huge, as it proved to be.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, man, now we're really going to be in trouble. Saquon, I mean, he does the, like, inside-out kind of run, and he just – I mean, that's the kind of stuff that's hurt us for years and years and years. And they had figured out something with Daron Payne, but with him out, I mean, it was like, I don't know, Sheldon Day out there trying to get the guy. I don't know who it was, but they weren't getting him.
Sheldon Day. Dude, and here, I think I heard this, and now it's been a while because I was so disappointed. It took me a while to get to the point where I could do a podcast. But anyway,
yeah.
I think I heard that Johnny Newton was only in on like 30% of the snaps.
Huh. Well, we had Jonathan Allen in, so he was probably taking more of the starting numbers, I'd imagine.
Hold on. I got to text my mom. She's like, how do I turn my computer back on after I shut it down?
I can't get my computer to come back on. Didn't your mom teach computers?
Yes, dude. Well, she's getting.
What's in the book?
I think she's just getting to the point where she can't. She's not, you know.
It's tough, man. I don't know if it'll come up on there. They can't see it on the tag, but it says Betty.
Also, she got one of those new Mac Mini computers, the real small ones, because we figured that would be the easiest for her to use in this day and age.
Oh,
and
man.
do you want to know where they put the power button on it? On the bottom. As in, you have to lift it up and push the power button. How is she going to find it? In her defense, how is she going to find the power button? She's probably looking around.
Find the power. Where do I turn it up? Can't find the power.
The Apple engineers were like, power buttons are too ugly. We can't have them on there. It just has to be a plain little plain aluminum screw. And they're like, yeah, but we have to have a power button. And they're like, just put it on the bottom where no one sees it or can find it.
Oh man, that's what they do.
Anyway, that's the extreme though. Let's put the power button on the bottom.
Well,
all right.
Let me pick up my keyboard and find the power button.
I know. Like, can you imagine?
So anyway, Saquon Barkley just like I mean, if he wasn't MVP before that, boy, it sure seemed like he's.
Did he get MVP? Like, I haven't paid any attention to anything football after the moment after that clock hits 000. It was done for me.
They may have. I'm not sure. I think Josh Allen got the MVP for the first time in the AFC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I did hear that actually.
So I'm not sure, but he should be.
Yeah, he should be. That dude, the Giants are the stupidest team known to man. What were they thinking? Let's keep Daniel Jones and get rid of Saquon because running backs aren't that important. Well, apparently they are, dudes, especially if you have a super good one.
Well, I think that I get what they're saying. I mean, if you've got like a wide receiver and a quarterback and a running back, the running back's the first person you're going to let go out of those three. If you have like stars for all three of those parts, because the running backs are the first to break down. It's just really bad luck, and I just love that it's going to be over the Eagles or over the Giants for all this time, where we're just going to be like, good job cutting Saquon, dudes.
Yeah.
For Daniel Jones, who got cut during the season. That's a mess. You know what's not a mess?
Us.
Ashburn.
You know what's not a mess?
No longer a mess.
We're not the laughing stock at all. Like, in 1 year, we went from the laughing stock of the league to
the Final Four.
The Final Four and the place where people want to go, including the best defensive player in the freaking league. Miles Davis, and there's been big debates in our Discord room this week. Miles Garrett, don't call me Davis. Miles, don't call me Davis. Well, if he's on our team, you know what his nickname is from here on out. I got Jazz on the brain, man. Miles, don't call me Davis, Garrett, in an interview this week was very, how do we say it, positive about his attitude if he were to come to our team. Of course, he demanded a trade, not demanded, he asked for a trade from the Browns, basically like, I love you guys, but you suck, and I want to win a Super Bowl before I retire. So.
Yeah. Thing is, you got to trade for him because he's not getting cut.
And there's been tons of discussion. Maybe Kenny Can, who wants to give up 13 draft picks for him, versus other people who are saying 1 or 2 at the most. And I was thinking about this. I wasn't really paying that close attention to it because I've been busy with other things this week. But
yeah,
Kenny Can had some point about how we have all this cap money and the Browns are in dire straits with this whole Deshaun Watson thing. So he was talking about Myles Garrett and Deshaun Watson maybe for fewer picks because we can basically pay off Deshaun Watson and cut him if we want, I guess, is what he was going at. But I didn't.
Basically be like, dude, go home.
It didn't quite click with me, though. I was like, why would we want Deshaun Watson? And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh, because it gets them out of his contract, that mess. Yeah. And that might be worth it for them. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure Adam Peters is thinking of every angle there.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff for that kind of thing to happen with him coming over with Myles Garrett.
Miles
Plus,
Davis.
we'd have the stain on us, the stigma.
Miles Davis.
Sorry.
Unforgettable. Wait, is that John Coltrane? I don't know. Sorry. Wait, is that Nat King Cole?
That's Nat King Cole, dude. Who was part of the chorus, the two-man chorus with the Fatty? Was it Fatty Arbuckle?
Unforgettable.
Somebody else, and the ballad of Capaloo. That yes, you're definitely mixing up your singers, because Miles Davis is not a singer.
But I will say this:
band for a while, by the way.
John Coltrane was in the Miles Davis Quartet.
Yep.
So I did see. That's what I was going for. Anyway, Miles Davis, if he's to come over, it's gonna take a lot. We totally lost Texas Core Man 100 at this point. No one else is in here. I'm not surprised.
It's the off season. People are having a break. Instead of being like, "Oh, we're so bad," they're actually being like, "Dude, we got to the Final Four. Where are we gonna put our money to upgrade this team?" Because
it's got to be defense. Sucks.
Run defense is number one problem, and they know that. The coaches know that. Dan Quinn knows that. Joe Witt Jr. knows that. So I guess the first thing to do is I don't know. Do you think like we can't trade Jonathan Allen or Deshaun or Daron Payne into Miles Garrett? Yeah, Miles Davis. In a Miles Garrett trade because they've got years left on their thing, and that's just gonna hurt them more. They're gonna want more picks. They don't want players that are gonna cost the whole, like defensive tackles that cost way too much money for what they do.
Yeah. In fact, if the Browns, if you're thinking like them, if they can get out of the Deshaun Watson debacle and that giant contract from Miles Davis, I don't even know what his contract is actually. I'm just assuming it's big because he's good. If they can get rid of those two dudes and get picks to like rebuild, it's probably where they want to be. Texas Core Man 100 wants Gabriel Taylor in the draft. Do you know about him? Because you all know that I don't even really watch college football. Is he any good?
I don't know. There's somebody for us to bring up. a little bit later on maybe the next one after the Super Bowl, we're actually talking about like looking at college prospects and draft guys right now.
Wait, you mean the Superb Owl?
The Superb Owl. The Superb Owl preview.
It's going to suck because no one cares about the two teams that are in there, and they hate both of them.
Oh, man. Kansas City.
I'm pulling for Kansas City. I can tell you that because I hate the Eagles with every fiber of my being.
Nobody wearing anything that we are wearing, any of the symbols that you and I are wearing right now, is rooting for the Eagles. If they are, because I remember a number of years ago, I met a person who said that they were a Redskins and an Eagles fan.
Nope, can't be.
And as soon as they said that, my conversation just turned off. I'm like, this is the stupidest person I've ever met.
You're like, by you saying that, you're neither a Redskins fan or a Eagles fan. You can't be both. What is that?
Yeah, you can't be both.
Dude, here was another sad little jab at me last night. We were walking in Sam's Club getting some wings to cook for the Superb Owl. And Suzanne goes, look, we can get those Redskins colored cupcakes they have right there. And I was just like, I don't think those are Redskins colored cupcakes.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you said that, it was like, no, 2 red, 2 yellow.
And right next to the
green
Eagles.
and white ones.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If it looks like ketchup and mustard, it's probably Kansas City.
Yeah. We have the cooler shades of the burgundy and the gold.
We have Casey Masterpiece barbecue sauce and like Dijon mustard for our colors. Our stuff is fancy.
All right, let's talk about this game a little bit more, the NFC Championship game, before we move forward here. Jaden Daniels played fine. Obviously, ice in his veins.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Kenny Ken. We were just talking about you and your Myles Garrett trade, dude.
I'm wondering how the numbers on that kind of thing would work. It would be really, really interesting.
Oh, he loves this sound effect, man.
We are the Commanders.
Back to the game. Jaden Daniels, higher quarterback rating than Jalen Hurts.
Jaden Daniels seems like he was fine in that game. It was like this is where like all throughout these, all the injuries from the season and everything, like everybody were just, it all came together. We just sucked. We were just outmatched in that game.
Yep. I know who my game ball is going to, though. It might surprise you a little bit. Yeah. Again, our running game still not very good. Not very good. Their running game, the complete opposite. Like we were saying, Saquon Barkley destroyed us, but then they also had,
Dude, year after year, year in and year out, the team that has a good running game at the end of the year, a la John Riggins in the playoffs, 1982, that team's going to win the Super Bowl. I hope it's not the case this year because, I'm no fan of Kansas City, but I want them to win over the Eagles.
What is this? Right now is the time to worry about our Jaden. Is he in trouble? Is he all right?
Is he okay?
Where
Did he get arrested?
Where is our boy Jaden?
Is he on coke? Is he on drugs?
Where is he? Is he safe? What's he talking about? We need to go protect him.
Is it safe?
Dude, all I have to say so we talked a little bit about our running defense, but our running game has not been good.
Dude, one thing that really got exposed in this game, and again, we're in the Final Four of the thing. We're against really one of the best teams in the NFL. You guys, if there was anyone who thought our offensive line was good before this game, which I was not, it really sucked in this game. Cosme being out for this game just destroyed that offensive line. They couldn't stop anything. And they couldn't, especially in the second half of this season, they've not done well, like blocking for runs as it is. Sam Cosme is going to be gone pretty much next season, the whole season. He might come back at the playoffs. He might come back for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We'll see. But, I mean, we need we're really at the point where we really need, we need guys in the trenches. We need all offensive linemen, all of them, and, defensive ends.
Yeah. Dude,
all of the offensive linemen, all of them.
We do need all of them.
Even the center. We can't have Dieter coming in next time.
Dieter's a liability, man. He hits himself in the butt when he snaps the ball.
Ow.
Dude, Kenny Ken is super worried about Jaden Daniels hobnobbing with the NFL elite. Dude, I think he's grounded. He's fine. I mean, he's good to go. He's not getting all up in that.
I don't think he's out there like.
He's not snorting coke lines at the after parties.
He's not taking heroin.
Dude, he's good. He's good. He's a solid citizen, man.
He was out at the club all night. like what's his face? The quarterback that went to Texas. He was a Texas. What was his name? He was He was with the Saints last year. I forget what. I can't remember. I just remember pictures of him. I just remember he's not all that smart. He was with the Browns for a while, and he played against us, and we kicked his butt. But he just seems like a nice guy. I think he's just kind of simple.
I don't remember exactly who you're talking about.
I can't. It's one of the quarterbacks out there.
Dude,
I'll try to figure it out.
Back to our running game. Our leading rusher was guess who?
Wow, Jaden Daniels, I bet.
Yeah, with 48 yards. Guess who their second leading rusher was after Saquon Barkley's 118 on 15 carries? Some dude named yeah.
For them? Oh, I thought you were going to say us. I was probably Tress Way.
For them, no, it's Will Shipley. He had 77. Dude, they had 230 yards rushing to our 99 with Jaden Daniels getting half of those.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, our offensive line, it just collapsed. They were just way overmatched.
Yeah. We just got our butt kicked.
We got boat race, man.
We got destroyed. It wasn't even close. You can try to blame the refs. There were some bad calls, in my opinion. I still don't understand the fumble that our guy came out with. I'll never understand that. But and then
yeah.
But dude, you know what I loved? It absolutely cemented my desire to get his jersey. Flying Frankie Louvu. I was so mad at that point in the game on that stupid tush push play where they're always lined up in the neutral zone and never get called.
Right.
Always. Those big linemen's heads are 2 feet in front of the ball before they hike it, and yet they're not in the neutral zone. Anyway.
Right.
They never get called. I was so mad. I was just do it again. Do it again. And then they're we're going to award them a score if they do this again. And I'm I've never heard that in the history of watching football. Ever. And then I was still do it again. I don't care. I want to see them award the Eagles a score and see how that goes over in the media tomorrow. Do it again. Just do it again. Oh my gosh. he was cracking me up. And then Jonathan Allen jumped off sides, right? So we had 4 penalties for 1 inch.
It got to the point where he was in trouble. They were just if he does it again, we're going to give them scores to someone else. It's all right, this is my turn.
And then they warned the whole team. No, first they warned Frankie Louvu they were going to kick him out of the game if he did it again for unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm
I think that would have been one kicked out of the game, or first unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, but if he would have done it again.
Yeah.
He would have got it other way.
See, that's why I cracked. That's when I really started cracking up. So it was they started getting on him, and all the other players were just all right, I'm going to jump off the side. I mean, you could tell that at that point already, we were we were just grasping at straws, man. There wasn't much going on in that game.
Or was it in protest of the stupid tush push where they're always offsides?
It might have been.
It's sorry, you guys are not allowed to try to time the snap? What is that?
Yeah. I thought that was some crap because I've still never heard that rule before. I don't remember if the announcer said it's rule this or that, blah, 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 blah.
It's an actual rule, they said, but it hasn't been used in the modern era of football. No score has been awarded from that rule. Dude, we're always breaking records. Let's do that one too.
Well, thank goodness we didn't break that, because people would be like, they suck for that. I have a feeling if we had done that, no, never mind. It's against the Eagles. Most people would be like, "Yeah, go Commanders." Go
I think most people were cracking up. Is what I think.
Was cracking up.
Oh, I was. Anyway, I was like, I so want his jersey now. I so want it, because that was awesome. Because he was like destroying Jalen Hurts when he did it too. Like just diving over and tackling him. Oh my gosh. And then my favorite play, which I totally called, and I don't know how the Eagles didn't see this. I was like, dude, they're lining up and talking as if they're not going to punt this ball. And sure enough, Tress Way throws a dime to get us the first down. I'm like, no one goes up there and chats on a punt. Like, you don't do that. I was like, this is going to be a fake.
Oh, man. See, when that happened in the game, I was just like, yes, we have a chance. We're going to do it. We're we got to keep close. Got to keep it close.
We would have without fumbles. We would have been in it.
The turnovers just destroyed us, man. We just destroyed us.
To the point where they were interviewing Jaden Daniels, who's Kenny Ken's so worried about becoming corrupted with the NFL elite parties. They were interviewing him.
He is not Dwayne Haskins.
I know, dude. This guy's a solid citizen.
Haskins, man. Dwayne Haskins would be like, hold on.
What?
What?
Dude. They interviewed Jaden Daniels this week and asked him about his pick on the superb owl game, and he was basically like, it's going to come down to the end, and whoever has the least turnovers.
Dude, like Austin Eckler, glad to have him back, especially after that scary concussion. Lost a fumble. Jerry McNichols, or Jerry McNichols, I don't know. He's not going to be on the team next year, probably. He lost a fumble. 50-50, De'Ami Brown lost a fumble after the best game of his career. And the fourth fumble was that pick like you were talking about from Jaden Daniels. But I mean,
wait, I don't even remember the pick from Jaden Daniels. What happened on that?
I don't remember.
I don't either. But apparently he had a pick.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
It probably like went through someone's hands or something. Dude,
I don't even remember because it was so far away. I'm looking at stuff right now.
We're getting too old to do this podcast. We can't remember stuff anymore. What? Where's the power button? Where's the power button? What?
Aaron, I can't figure out where the power button is. How do I find it? On the bottom. I can't lift that.
Oh, this was at 3rd and 10 at the Philly 29. Shotgun with 5 minutes left in the fourth. Jaden Daniels deep pass left intended for Terry McLaurin. Picked off at the 2.
I was about to say, I thought it was pretty late in the game because I mean, he had so few picks this year. And one of the best things about watching him as a player is that he didn't like have the same kind of pick twice. It wasn't like oh, I always throw it across my body and someone gets a pick six and goes down like Rick Grossman or someone like that. Like each pick he's worked on.
Yeah.
And made sure he didn't try to do it again.
That pick was him just trying to get one in there at the end. And
because
and it was on 3rd and 10. So, take a shot. Throw it up to 50-50 for McLaurin. I don't care about that one. The game was over at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, we got freaking boat raced. Boat raced. Anyway, do we have to not talk about this game anymore?
I kind of don't want to keep bringing up things that sucked in that game, which is most of that game.
All right, well, we do have to give our games. We have to do our games and kicks. So here we go with that, if it works.
And now, the coveted and ever-elusive Game Ball Award.
Whoops, I forgot to turn off that little logo. Okay, Game Ball Award is brought to you, as always, by our friends at Dick's Pitch. Dick's Pitch. Remember to re-dip at the half. Speaking of, next year Dick's Pitch has sponsored a new segment, which is the No Dicks of the Game award, which goes to the person who had the most drops. Person that used didn't use Dick's Pitch in the game. So anyway, available at Taylor's.
We'll work on that.
Wait, where is it? Available at Dick's and other fine sporting goods stores.
Such as Taylor's. Do it.
No, that's not. They don't have Dick's Pitch there.
Oh, my bad. Well, I figure, people might be like working out in the yard with a weed or weed whacker, and they might need some Dick's Pitch on their hands because, it vibrates a lot.
And you also, if you're using your chainsaw, you don't want your hand to slip.
Right. You need to grip onto that chainsaw. Dude, this reminds me of like granddads talking to each other, and you're like, I got a bucket of pine tar in the back. I just slap that on my hands.
Collected it off the trees. Anyway, Dick's Pitch might have a new use case there, brought to you by us for chainsaws. I don't know if Taylor's Do It's going to start carrying it though. We'll see.
Maybe Taylor's Do It will can I don't know. Maybe they'll join up with Dick's Sporting Goods, and they can make a hardware and sporting goods store.
Anyway, one other thing I'm supposed to say is, according to our contract, is that it's now available in neon Dick's Pitch. Anyway, on to the Game Ball Awards. You can go first. I'll go second.
Mine is going to Tressway.
Dude, you stole mine.
No, did I really?
Yes, that's fine.
We are the Commanders.
Tressway had a great year. I think he's 4 on fake punts. I think he's 4 for 4 for 4 first downs or something of that nature. I remember reading it, but that was a week and a half ago.
Dude, he had a fake punt completion in the championship game. Tressway is 1 of 1 in the championship game. That's a better passing record than any quarterback in all of Dan Snyder's years in the championship games.
It might be better than any quarterback ever in the championship, in the NFC or AFC championship games.
1 of 1.
1 for 1 for a first down.
How many yards was his pass? That's the question here. Let me see if
20 something.
Let's see. Tressway passing 1 of 1 for 23 yards. Woo-hoo-hoo!
23. Heck yeah.
We are the Commanders.
Tressway, dudes. Ha ha!
Yeah, that was awesome. It was my favorite part of the game, which says a lot. A lot of that game kind of reminded me of the 1984 Super Bowl against the Raiders, where it was not much to cheer for.
Yeah, really.
But anyway.
That's because the entire team showed up. Well, the entire offensive line, and John Riggins showed up extremely hungover.
The only thing I remember that game, and I could be remembering it completely wrong because I think it was 8, was being very depressed, and at some point I believe we got a 1 or 2 yard touchdown, I think, by John Riggins. That's all.
And I think we went to the 2-point conversion and we didn't get it.
I think that was it.
I think that was it. Yeah.
And it was a very depressing game with Jay Schrader.
Jay Schrader.
Anyway, never mind that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Notice I said it correctly that time. Super Bowl because we were in it. All right, it's time. Anyone else out there? Kenny Ken is in the YouTube room. Texas Corpsman 100. You guys have game balls for the... Oh, I didn't get my game ball.
Yeah, I was about to say, you haven't even done yours.
My game ball then is going to go to Flying Frankie Louvu for all the things we just mentioned. For flying over there and almost getting the first penalty in the history of modern football that gave the other team a score when they didn't actually score. That's why he's getting...
that would have been something if that had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, his whole thing, he's just like, I'm trying to time the snaps, dumbass.
Yeah. Because the only way you can stop this phony baloney play where they're offsides in the neutral zone every time and you guys don't call it. Anyway. I have another question. This is just a random football rule question because, everything is so weird.
There's too many rules in football.
How is it that we're able to, every time before we snap the ball, our right guard is able to just reach out and hit the dude next to him on the knee, the center?
That's happened for years. That's happened for years with many, many teams.
I know it's not false start though, but if you barely flinch your hand or your shoulder, it's a false start.
It's supposed to be a false start. Is supposed to be you're starting the play. But if you're if you're not leaning forwards or leaning back, you're staying in one place, you could whack the guy next to you as many times as you need to. And it's not a false start.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Gene Statori. You could whack the guy next to you as many times as you need.
You can whack him as many times as you need to go, dude.
Just keep whacking him. As long as you don't go forward or backwards, you could whack sideways.
As long as you're in the same spot, but your arm is moving, you're perfectly fine.
You can go sideways. All right, dude. Whatever you say.
There's too many rules in football. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I see false starts many times in every game, but apparently, they're just not calling certain things like what you were talking about. They just don't do it. I remember Josh mentioned that last year with the center as well.
Well, he was talking about Nick Gates.
Who's on the Eagles right now, by the way.
Speaking of, he's their backup center, but they didn't even have him active for this game when their head center was out. Instead, they brought in this Dickinson guy, and he got hurt. And then, I don't know, hopefully those dudes are still injured for this game because I need the Eagles to lose. I don't want them closing in on our Super Bowl win record.
Yeah.
They need to keep it their lowly one, the lowest of the NFC East.
Right.
All right.
Jerks.
Man, I can't stand the Eagles. All right, let's go to our kicks. Here we go.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
This week's Kicking the Balls Award, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Ridapoo. For all the doo-doo that you do, there's Ridapoo. Now septic safe. Available at Taylor's Do It and other fine hardware stores. Ridapoo. They've also renewed for next year, by the way. Speaking of, if you want to be a sponsor for next year, it only costs about $30 for the entire year. Someone sponsored us, but they didn't ask to do a sponsorship. So if you were the person who sponsored us and you know who you are, and you want a sponsorship for the episodes, send it in. It's got to be funny, though. We're not putting on any real sponsorships or...
I need you to put my car dealership on there, dude. We don't do that.
We're not doing A to Z auto sales in Arlington or anything. Unless you pay real money, and then we're still not doing it because too much to figure out. Then we got to figure out things tax-wise, how to deal with that.
Have your credit.
I mean, our tax forms are pretty easy right now. Zero revenue.
Yeah, really. We lost about $5.
Yeah. We're down to zero. We're down to nothing.
Yeah, really.
IRS is like, why the heck do they have a business that makes no money? Anyway, here we go. I'm going first this time because you stole mine.
Yeah, I did.
Wait, what did I just do?
You knew it.
I clicked a button.
That guy.
My Kicking the Balls award is going to go to, well, I don't know. Maybe De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone who fumbled is getting my Kicking the Balls award because we needed to have a perfect game to win this game.
McNichols.
We needed to have no turnovers to win this game, especially missing Sam Cosmi and Deron Payne. And then you guys didn't do your jobs. Our quarterback did their jobs. Zach Ertz really did his job in this game. He came on strong.
He had over 100 yards in this game.
Yeah, he was a beast. A beast in this game.
Against his former team. Yeah.
He went all out.
You could, just watching the game, you can see the gulf between the talent level that they have and the talent level that we have. And even though we love to joke that Roseman guy over there, their GM, for the Jahan Dotson trade, where we got a 3rd-round pick for that guy. He's one of the best GMs in the league. And if you're looking at the Eagles' defense over the last couple of years, you can see they just don't drop off.
Yeah. But you also have to remember, dude, this was our first year of the recalibration, as DQ says. First year. And this is what we were able to do. With Jaden Daniels at the helm, I'm seriously saying it, championship next year. Championship.
This is our first year of the recalibration.
Yeah. We had all new people and went to the NFC freaking championship game.
Didn't we win 4 games last year? And this year we lost 5 games. 5 games?
Yeah, we lost 5.
5. Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I can't believe that Dan Quinn didn't get GM or Coach of the Year, or maybe Adam Peters didn't get GM of the Year. I think it's laughable.
I don't understand that at all. That Connell got it? Dude,
yeah,
he had a pretty good team last year and had a pretty good team this year. What was so great about that?
His quarterback got hurt in preseason. But I mean, his team was already good.
Yeah, they were good. We had all new dudes and a coach that had to bring them together and got them to the championship game. It doesn't make sense.
It's just another example. Like we know Jaden Daniels got the Rookie of the Year. Like I don't even need to say it because we all knew he was going to
49-1 was the voting on that.
Who was the other guy?
Brock Bowers, the tight end from the Raiders. And they interviewed the one guy. They were like, dude, you're the one that messed up the unanimous voting. And he was like, yeah, but he was really good at his position. It's hard to have a great year at a tight end position. I'm like, compared to a quarterback on a team with all new players? What are you talking about? Tight ends block and go out for passes. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're on a crappy team and you're the tight end, you may have the most targets.
Yeah, because you're going to be the biggest receiver he has. I mean, Travis Kelce. Think of Travis Kelce. Receivers in Kansas City just come and go every year, and he's still there.
Yeah. So whatever. That dude shouldn't even get to vote.
Same thing with him. Receivers come and go, and there he is. He's still there.
I'm sure this dude had a good year, but come on, dude.
He's got to be a reporter in Oakland or Las Vegas.
Let's figure out where he is, actually. I'm going to Google it real quick while you talk.
All right, I got to give my kick in the balls. Man. Yeah, it's a tough one because there's so many players that just... I mean, it wasn't even that we were like, dude, step it up. It was just they were stepping it up. Dudes were running out of gas. And they want to add another game. They want to make it an 18-game season, as we've talked about before on here numerous times. And they're going to do it eventually. It's just going to be more wear and tear on people with that. Having said that, my game ball is going to go kicking the balls. Man, mine's going Austin Eckler.
Good one.
Because, man, we were really hurting when he was out, but when he came back in, he was good. But, that fumble when he was just going, I'm just picturing it in my mind. It just,
The dude's name is Sam Monson.
Sam Monson?
Yeah. Where is he out of? I have no idea.
Well, he's either out of Las Vegas or he's out of Dallas.
It says he's from the Cincinnati. That doesn't make sense. He had to have gone to school in Vegas.
He had to have gone to school at dumbass university.
He had to have gotten married in Vegas. He had to have gambled and won in Vegas.
Man.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, golly, we got to fix the run, both sides of the ball. That's my key to winning the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah. Oh, Jameis Winston was the quarterback I was thinking of. The quarterback I was thinking of way back earlier in this episode, but the guy who was just kind of simple in his head.
Yeah.
And he was like all out partying all night and everything. And I'm just like, it's like a Zeke in Dallas. He's super talented and he loves to party. And take off his shirt.
Zeke just likes to wear that midriff shirt like he's a college cheerleader or something. I don't know what his deal is. So other things to discuss on this podcast.
Yeah.
This week, I don't know if you heard it, but our owning partner Josh Harris pretty much said they're not changing the name from the Commanders.
Yeah,
We are the Commanders.
He came out a couple days before he said that. Said about the thing about how that they're going to tweak the jerseys and get rid of the Tanyas, as I've been calling them since Tanya Snyder designed these jerseys.
Go back to our brand. I think he used that slogan.
Yeah. But I remember I texted you about it, and you were just like, "What about the names?" I was like, "Nothing yet." And you and I talked. I don't remember if we talked about it here on the podcast, but you and I talked about it a couple times during the season, especially late in the season, because the more Commanders were winning, the more people are going to go with that name, especially after the whole 23 years of just futility with the Redskins before that.
Yeah, with every win, the people that were angry about the name got fewer.
I'm so mad.
Except for me.
To have that. I just wanted to see that helmet with the A10 on the side. We could still do that with Commanders. We could probably still do a helmet with the A10 on one side and the W on the other side, like a special thing. I just want the Warthogs.
Dude, we could still bring back this logo. The Commanders.
Yeah.
The Commanders.
Commanders.
Just go back to our colors, dudes. Burgundy and gold, and not this weird cranberry stuff. Is the first thing I'm asking for. And although the black looks kind of cool, let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of it. Burgundy and gold. And be done.
See, everybody has a black jersey nowadays. Everybody in all the sports, they have black jerseys nowadays. I'm cool with the black jersey if it doesn't look like Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Dudes.
I don't mind bringing the DC stars into our stuff. Like the DC flag looks cool. Mm-hmm. Bringing that into our uniforms. But we got to get rid of those cranberries. That's all I'm saying.
So that's what they're working on now. The Tanyas. Call them the Tanyas because Tanya Snyder designed our jerseys right now. Just call them the Tanyas.
Okay.
So yeah, they're working on doing something different for them next year. So that could be a really good thing. I think the black jersey looks really good, up close. If you have it on, if you're wearing one.
Yeah, my friend Kevin Chapman has a black one, and it looks super sweet, up close. He has the cranberry one too, and it looks not as bad as it does on TV, but still not. It's not our colors, dudes. It's not our colors at all.
I would like us even further to go back to the old school colors. We brought them back for the 70th anniversary thing, the darker burgundy and the darker gold. I like that. I like that a lot, but I just want us to. I mean, that's what we should do for throwbacks every year, anyway. I think.
Yeah. Anyway,
Adam Peters and Josh Harris and all those guys, they're gonna do. This is 1 year. This is 1 year. That's it. After decades of crap from the Snyders. This is what we've gone to the Final Four in 1 year. We've had so many good things.
Yeah.
The name change. I'm pissed about it.
They had so much stuff to fix. We all were like, there's no way we can do all this fixing in 1 year. And look how much got fixed in 1 year. Dude, and here's something huge that we haven't talked about. Cliff Kingsbury's staying. And I think that is huge.
Dude, I mean, they interviewed him to go to Chicago. He already didn't want to get him last year in the draft, so he went with Jaden Daniels. And he coached this guy in college, and he turned it down the second time. What does that tell you about Caleb Williams?
I don't know if it says as much about Caleb Williams as it does the Bears are messed up.
Yeah. Their owner, the daughter of George Halas, the guy whose initials are on the Bears jersey. I've talked about this before. The owner, his daughter,
still owns the team.
Played was an owner in the 20s.
Yeah,
like 100 years ago. Well, his daughter is 102. She just passed away. So we'll see if it stays in the family or if they sell it.
We'll see, dude. We'll see. But anyway, I don't know if it was as much him not wanting to work with Caleb Williams, who also had a pretty good season. Even though I still am 100% glad we didn't get him, because he still seems like a diva to me.
Dude, he's not right in the head.
Yeah. Now, Kenny was worried about baby Jaden going and partying with all these people. Now, if we would have had Caleb and he was in this situation.
He's not Jameis Winston.
He's not Jameis Winston, dude. This dude's a mature dude. You don't have to worry about it.
He's not Dwayne Haskins.
I mean, come on.
Adults, man. Adults.
There was something else we were going to talk to. Didn't something else happen with the DC stadium front where they passed another hurdle, like DC something, some political thing that moved forward? I don't know.
I haven't heard anything since they sold the stadium to DC, or the grounds, like DC getting the grounds.
Okay. There was something else that happened. I just don't remember what it was.
I'm sure the dude, all the stuff we're talking about with the games and everything and the stadium and all that stuff, and this is all the other stuff that's going on behind the doors. It's just amazing we've moved this far in 1 year. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's crazy. And it's just going to get better. I was one good thing, if you can say there was a good thing about us losing in the championship game, is I was going to have to scrape together some money to go down there.
Man, I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, this is going to be expensive. Like, the cheapest tickets were like $50, $100 that I could see.
Yep. Well, I saw that the tickets have gone down by like half price because of the two stupid teams that are in the game again. Like, if the Skins played the Bills again, like we really would have had to take out second mortgages on the house.
Oh, dude, I was going to bring that up because someone had I think it was on Facebook, I saw this. Someone was like, instead of having the dumb Pro Bowl, the NFL could have made a lot more money by having the losers of the championships games play each other for another trophy.
I say no, because they used to do that like in the 60s.
Did they really?
Used to do that, yeah. And you know who really hated playing 3 hours of beat the crap out of each other football? The two losers. And that's why they don't do it.
I guess.
I've heard that before from people. I'm just like,
I still would have liked seeing the Redskins Bills in that game. Take all the attitudes and everything else around that. If like everyone was gung-ho at playing that game and I could have watched it, I would have been like, oh, this would be an awesome game. I would have much rather watched that than what we're going to have tomorrow, which I might pay attention to.
We're not even going to get a bronze medal for that.
Yeah.
It's bragging rights. But man, you know, your quarterback could get twisted in half.
Yeah, we need him.
An Alex Smith injury.
Yeah, we need him to like destroy people next year. He got that taste of what a defeat feels like in the playoffs. He's not going to let that happen again.
I mean, the amount of talent on the team compared to Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin.
Zach Ertz had a big year. I got to say, I got to take my hat off to him. I watched this YouTube video that someone compiled, and it was all of Jaden Daniels' like highlights through the entire year, back to back, every single game. And Zach Ertz I was like, I don't remember him making this many big plays throughout the year as he did.
His first 2 games when he got warmed up, I mean, he really looked like a guy who had been like spending the offseason on his couch. Like looking at his body and the way he moves, he's not moved fast.
Yeah.
But it took him a couple or 3 games. Same with Eckler, getting him going. But I mean, he just looked like a freaking. I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
And
he said he's not retiring. He's a free agent, right? But somehow I feel like he already said he wants to come back and play with Jaden.
It really makes a difference when you're at a team and you have crappy coaches, and then you're at a team like this where you have like a fantastic quarterback and great coaches, and you want to come back. It's like a world of difference. Because I mean, that guy's, he's got kids on the way, or he's got kids now, or something like that. And I mean, how many millions has he made so far? And I don't know. He's somebody I think in 10 years from now is going to be like, oh my damn body,
Dude, but we've had 25 years at least of high-priced free agents that would come here in the dwindling years of their career to rake in as much as they could playing mediocre football before they retired. Deion.
Smith.
Did you say Hainsworth?
Oh, I don't think we need to say Hainsworth because he is el numero uno. He's el numero uno.
I mean, there's
space.
There's so many dudes that you can say this about that came here.
Hainsworth is the worst, though. Hainsworth is the worst, even more than Deion Sanders, Stubbleworth, Adam Archuleta and his clean, crisp turtlenecks.
He came here and sucked. There's so many.
Blank came in here and sucked.
Now we have dudes that want to come here because they want to win championships, not sail off into the sunset with their last payday.
It's just amazing when you have a quarterback where other people are talking about your quarterback in a positive action. It's not like they're talking about your quarterback and it's Sexy Rexy.
Or any of the other 58 quarterbacks we've had in the last. Josh, what was that guy's name a few years ago that came in? Remember the end of the year? Like 5 years ago, in the last 2 or 3 games, we could barely field a quarterback. We had butt fumble.
We had to get butt fumble for 2 games.
We had butt fumble, Josh Johnson, I don't even know who else was in there. It was dudes we've never heard of, and they were the worst games ever played.
Oh man. I mean, you and I were watching those games, and you're just like, I can't believe at this point in my life, my team sucks so bad for so long like this. This is so terrible.
And we were still watching it.
Dude, and now we are in the fruits of our labors.
Something like that. Anyway, here's my preview, because this is the preview episode for this Superb Owl. I believe I'm going to eat a bunch of chicken wings, have a few beverages, maybe pay attention a little bit to the game, and hope that the Eagles get boat raced, because I can't stand them, and I don't care about if the Chiefs win and Travis Kelce as much as I hate the Eagles. That's my...
Yeah, I think a lot of people hate Kansas City even more because of the Taylor Swift thing.
And I've heard people they've already won 2 in a row. I'm tired of them. It's yeah, but I hate the Eagles.
Yeah, but people who say that, you'd be like, tell me 5 players on the Eagles.
Yeah.
McNabb.
The same thing with all the players on the on the Jaden Daniels thing. Tell me one other player on the Redskins.
Yeah, really. This does not go to anybody who's listening to this. This goes to people who... Are they any good? Kind of people.
Dude, I don't know if I'm an elitist or what, but it kind of perturbs me, all these people that watch the Super Bowl that don't watch any other games ever. And then I'm had it on the weather yesterday, local news, and it's so-and-so assistant news desk woman on the weather side. Who are you picking? Hi, I'm picking the Eagles to win this game. It's why? Do you watch? They all had their picks as if they were analysts, and I'm who cares if Jim Bob Weatherman in Louisville, Kentucky picks the Eagles?
Wasn't there a coach in the NFL called Jim Bob Cooter?
I don't know.
Wasn't there a coach named Jim Bob Cooter?
I don't know, but that's now the name of this episode.
Jim Bob Cooter.
We needed a name and we got it right here at the end.
Jim Bob Cooter.
I don't know. Let's round it out. Should we round it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to give a thanks to all the people in the chat room this morning, which is Kenny Ken from Canada and Texas Coreman 100. I didn't see anyone in our Discord room, so hopefully it was working in there.
I hope so. Jim Bob Cooter is a coach with the Colts, by the way.
Playoffs? If you haven't joined our Discord room, there's people in there having nice, lively debates, like whether or not we should get Miles Davis. That's the name of this episode. Miles Davis, Jim Bob Cooter. Miles Davis Garrett or not, and what we should be willing to give up with him. So if you want to join that.
Front of his horn, and Miles Garrett is like hitting someone over the head with their helmet in the same pose.
So if you want to join those conversations, go to our Discord room. The invite you can find at tinyurl.com/HarryHF. If you're an Eagles fan or a Cowboys fan, don't bother coming in there.
Because if you do, we're going to joke you, and then we will cut you.
What else we got? Nothing. That's about it, right?
Time for the offseason to go, man. There's going to be a lot of changes on this team, and things are going to be even better next year.
Yeah. And what I love about us going so far in the playoffs is the offseason is that much shorter. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins. And as always, if you see a Cowboys fan,
you know what to do.
Joker!